Coming up today on Studio 13 Live, a special partnership announced for Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner, how he's helping raise awareness for stroke health and education.
Plus, we're trying out Culture Shock Brew Kombucha, how this unique Washington brand has expanded since 2019.
Then we're sitting down with pop culture queen Besa Gordon, what you can expect in her newest episode of Back to Besa this Saturday.
And we're making traditional Italian dishes with Corello. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Hey, happy September 21st, everybody. I'm Carly Henderson.
And I'm Mireya Garcia. That was very good.
You know, there was another song playing in the background, and I felt like I just couldn't hit that tone, but I tried.
That's what it was, but I think it sounded great. Yes, again, I'm Mireya Garcia, and you know that September is my favorite month, but today also happens to be National Mini Golf Day, so if you can get out there, give it a swing.
I love mini golf.
Yeah.
Remember when I got that hole in one?
You did. It was amazing.
That was great. Big announcement coming from T-Mobile Park. Get excited. 5-time American Music Award winning country music artist Kane Brown's going to be performing in Seattle next August. So the stop is part of his new Air Tour, which will visit 29 cities throughout North America. Mariners season ticket holders can actually buy tickets before they are available to the public, starting at 10 a.m. next September 27th. That is next Wednesday. Fans can also sign up for Mariners Mail to get a little pre-sale access. How fun.
Very fun.
Nothing to get us through the big dark that I'm just waiting for, like tickets to a summer concert next year. I feel like that is the move. Buy your tickets now, have that, like, print them out, old school, put them on your refrigerator, and just look at them and be like, next summer is going to be the best. Seattle summers are the best.
It really is, but I do love that, you know, in Western Washington, it's concert season and then it's like pre-concert season at all times. So there is always something to be excited about. I'm glad that we're hearing about these upcoming tours for sure.
Too.
Hey, Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner announcing the launch of his new Fast 54 comic book. It is a partnership with Virginia Mason Franciscan Health to promote stroke care and education. So Bobby's mom actually died 3 years ago before he was drafted to the Seahawks as a result of a stroke, and he kept it private for a while, but once he started to open up about it, he realized that his family story could help other people. So check it out. Fast 54 is the multimedia comic starring Bobby himself that can provide some stroke education in a fun, entertaining way. I love seeing people do this kind of work.
I do too. I think this is awesome. You know, potentially life-saving information too. We're talking about it. It kind of reminds me of, you know, when you get on an airplane and certain airlines have that music video for the safety video. So much better than listening to someone just tell you about it. You're like, oh, I'm entertained. I'm listening. I am paying attention way more if it's delivered in an entertaining way. So I think that's super cool of him.
Beautiful. Hey, Sophie Turner has filed a lawsuit against Joe Jonas, asking for their 2 daughters to be returned to her in England. The lawsuit claims the children were, quote, wrongfully retained beginning yesterday. It also says the couple agreed to make England their, quote, forever home during conversations over Christmas. The 2 actually sold their Miami home and, according to the lawsuit, were in the process of buying a home in the English countryside. The lawsuit says that Joe has the kids' passports and has, quote, refused to send the children home to England with their mother. No public response yet from Joe Jonas.
Talk show host Jerry Shepard tested positive for COVID just days after returning for a new season of The Sherry Show. So Monday's show was one of the only daytime talk shows to return during the ongoing Hollywood strike. And because The Sherry Show operates under the SAG-AFTRA network code, which is different from the contract that covers scripted shows, actors can keep hosting during a strike. So according to a statement, The Sherry Show will return with original episodes as soon as possible. Sherry says she looks forward to coming back strong once she gets the all clear from her doctor.
We have an update now on that Hollywood writers' strike. Negotiations have resumed, and experts say a deal could be met as early as today. In fact, the two sides have been divided on issues of pay, size of writing staff, and this is the big one, regulation of artificial intelligence. Last night, the WGA, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, releasing a joint statement saying that the two groups met for bargaining and they would be meeting again starting today.
Ryan Reynolds is set to receive the Robin Williams Legacy of Laughter Award at the 11th Annual Revels and Revelations fundraiser in early October. So it is the night's highest honor. It's presented by Robin Williams' kids, too. Some of the biggest names in comedy have also received the award, including Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, Ben Stiller, and Melissa McCarthy. The Bring Change to Mind nonprofit puts on the event to help fund mental health efforts. How cool is it that Ryan Reynolds started out, doing his thing in movies and in comedy and in TV shows, and just kind of morphed into this like multi-millionaire, just doing all these different business ventures and things like that too. So he's still recognized for it all.
Yeah, I remember him from Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. But it's nice to see that it doesn't seem like he's lost himself either. I mean, he still has a lot of that same humor. So, and you hear that a lot for people in this industry, like try your best to stay yourself, try your best not to change in spite of whatever's going on around you. And he's an example of how you can still find success this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Hunger Games prequel, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, released in theaters. It's happening in November. In fact, there is a new trailer out. Take a look.
I want my enemies to see a rainbow of destruction engulfing the world.
You're monsters! All of you!
Good luck with that poor little songbird.
It's giving colors. It's given cinema. Oh boy, the film features Viola Davis, Peter Dinklage, Rachel Zegler, and Tom Blythe. And it's actually set 6 decades before the events of the original Hunger Games trilogy. You can see it starting November 17th. I read this book, so I'm very, very excited to see how it translates to film.
See, I feel like I'm really satisfied with the original Hunger Games films. The cinematic level of this looks incredible. Like, it's visually appealing. I'm sure it's really good, but I don't know. I feel like I'm good on the original Hunger Games here.
Yeah,
but you'll have to let me know how it is.
And I will, girl. You know I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I as a fan, I mean, it's hard not to want to see these things come to life. And it seems like even if we disagree with the story or if it doesn't line up the way fans think it should, it'll still be beautiful.
Absolutely. You know, the University of Melbourne in Australia is set to host an international academic symposium on the impact of Taylor Swift.
Oh.
The Swiftposium will look at her influence on everything from music to the economy. Organizers say that they hope that this 3-day event will bring in researchers from all over. It's being held in February, the same week the Eras Tour will be in Australia. Organizers also say that there's a blank space for Taylor's on the events lineup if she wants to swing by. Do you think Taylor will show up to this?
It would be super cute if she did.
She's in the country. It'd be kind of rude not to stop by. I feel like there's so many Swifties out there that are already at this academic level and they're just doing their own research online.
I think you're right. It's just so interesting to me, but it seems like the move. Look, do I support academia? Yes, I do. I think it's very important. But, I mean, in a time, you know, in all seriousness, when people are struggling with student loans, I feel like universities and, you know, places where people get their education are struggling to figure out how to keep it interesting. And they're really leaning hard on Taylor here.
They're going to Taylor Swift for the answers. And I think that is a fantastic idea. What was your favorite class you took in college?
Well, I'm a big old nerd. It was probably just like broadcast journalism.
Oh, okay. That's good. Because look where you are now. I really loved my feminism classes in college. You know, I hadn't like super been introduced to those ideas before I was in school. And so those were some of my favorite ones. I felt like I just learned so much.
Oh, the college days.
Yes.
Very nice.
Not that long ago,
Not
of course.
just yesterday.
Just yesterday.
Still to come on Studio 13 Live, we are tasting Culture Shock Brew Kombucha. This is, we'll tell you how this Washington-grown drink has expanded since 2019.
Up first, though, we're going to be checking in with our friends Jody and Bender. Late night host Jimmy Kimmel tested positive for COVID. So what this means for the Strike Force 3 podcast live fundraising event right after this.
It's happening all around. like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.
Hey there, it is Thursday, which means it is time to check in with our friends Jody and Bender for mornings on 95.7 The Jet.
But before we jump into the entertainment headlines here, we're going to be talking about one thing, us being on your show today. Little Puget Sound showdown.
Puget Sound showdown. We pitted two A-list celebrities. So if you weren't listening at 7:45 this morning, we had Mireya go up against Carly. Of wits. It's a battle of knowledge, toe to toe. The two A-list celebrities went head to head with. I'll let Mireya brag about it.
Well, it went well for me, Bender. I'm not a big bragger, but let me brag.
Where's your crown? You have bragging rights forever.
You know what? I could have worn my crown, but it wouldn't fit in the frame, right?
I will say, though, I didn't win this Battle of Puget Sound showdown, but I still felt pretty good about the performance because we got a couple right. It was just totally embarrassing when you guys came on our show and had us play. So I feel good getting a couple right.
I think it was good.
You both did great.
Thank you.
I was just surprised that neither of you got the Taylor Swift question.
Me too.
We don't,
Don't bring it up.
that.
No.
Don't bring it up.
There was just a misunderstanding. I was confused and stressed.
Yeah.
Right. Same.
It's very confusing.
That's right. Hey, let's pivot over to those entertainment headlines now. Jimmy Kimmel sharing his COVID positive diagnosis just days before Strike Force 3. The podcast was set to be hosted live for a fundraising event in Vegas. So what is the latest here?
So like you said, all the late night hosts got together. They've got this podcast. The podcast is designed to have all the proceeds go to the out of work or striking, if you will, writers and everybody else. So they were doing a live version of this. And days before it happens, Jimmy Kimmel tests positive for COVID. The show is canceled. They're going to try to reschedule, but I guess I don't understand why. I mean, during the height of COVID and, you know, through that whole 2-year period deal, we were all doing Zoom calls like we're doing here now. Why
You said that he might be feeling sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's also a thing that sometimes happens. I love it, though. That's Bender for you. Get your butt behind a computer and make it happen.
Well, I feel like they could do that, but for the live event, you know, they can't be exposing all the people, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably the point. But it is tough to see. You know, I wish that this was possible. Hopefully they'll be able to reschedule it.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. We all know there's tons of conversations happening about AI right now. I hear that the Game of Thrones creator and some other authors are suing the creator of ChatGPT. What's going on with that?
Some other 17 actually of the biggest fiction writers right now, they're calling it a systematic theft on a mass scale. This is a very big lawsuit brought by 17 prominent authors, George R.R. Martin, Jodi Picoult, John Grisham, and a ton more. They're saying that OpenAI, which is the company that is behind ChatGPT, the most popular, you know, one that everybody's heard of. They're saying that they're illegally using all of the copyrighted works because the books train the AI systems on how to create human-like responses. So dialogue in books and action from characters is being used to train the AI, like this is how people behave and this is what you would say in this case. And so these authors are going, you can't use our works for that and to further that. So the author side actually looks pretty good on this one.
Yeah, it really does. It's very interesting. It kind of feels a little bit like the cat is out of the bag at this point, but I appreciate them trying to, you know, make it right.
Fight the good fight. Jody and Bender, thank you so much as always. Always good to see you.
You too.
We'll talk to you soon. Hey, and don't forget, you can catch Jody and Bender weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.7 The Jet. And still ahead, we are chatting with the queen of pop culture, Besa Gordon, what you can expect in the newest episode of Back to Besa.
And up next, we're trying out Culture Shock Brew Kombucha, the highlights we're talking about as they approach this now popular drink.
Take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around. like sunshine through the
Kombucha has grown in popularity, especially over the last few years. I know I drink a lot of it.
Yes, and today the founder of Culture Shock Brew, Thomas Dodson, here to teach us all about the brand. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're so excited you're here. So first of all, for the people who may not be familiar, what is kombucha?
Kombucha is a fermented tea. During fermentation, it creates acetic acid, really good for your gut health. Tons of B vitamins, makes you feel, gives you a nice little energy boost.
Nice.
It's yummy, it's bubbly, we love it. And Culture Shock sources its fruit and hops from Washington farms.
That's right.
What made you want to do that?
You know, I started my career in the restaurant business as a chef, and that just kind of transferred over to making beverages.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and amazing logo.
Well,
Yeah,
That's great.
that Sasquatch is amazing.
Very cool. You know what else is amazing? We get to try some of these today.
Yes.
What are we trying first?
First, we're going to start with my flagship, the blueberry ginger.
Is that the OG?
This is the OG.
fave?
Wonderful.
I already know I'm gonna like it.
So you can see right out here, I have all this fresh fruit, and that's what goes into
Yeah.
it. We don't do much other than put fruit in it. Yeah,
Oh,
cheers.
cheers, cheers.
Oh, I
Apologies.
love it. It's so good, and it's
Thank
not
you.
overly sweet either,
Right.
which I really appreciate.
Oh, the bubbles. Ooh, I love that.
So good.
Thank you.
What's up next?
Raspberry lime, pixie
Yeah.
punch,
That
every
sounds
kid's
good.
favorite,
Oh,
and we're all kids at heart.
absolutely.
And I think I mean, just in case you're not aware, even though it is fermented, can children drink this?
I feed it to my 1-year-old all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. So during fermentation, it does produce a little bit of alcohol, and we work very hard to make sure that's under 0.5%.
That one's
But-
really good.
Yeah.
This would be a good
Ooh.
mixer.
Yes.
Yes.
It's that good.
I was just thinking about it, slamming glasses
Oh
here.
my gosh.
And this company, you founded it in 2019,
Yep.
right?
Correct.
What is kind of, you've relocated into a commercial facility. What's the goal for like this year now?
So we are just scaled up, and we are expanding very rapidly now. Now we're moved from old bottles to cans. Cans are the new hot thing.
Yeah.
And we just pumped out about 20,000 of those this month. And
Wow.
we are moving to every little grocery store, deli, market, corner market. If you want it in your grocery store, ask your teller to bring it in.
Good for you.
Okay, this is so good. I don't want to stop drinking it. But what do we got next?
You said mixer. Somebody said mixer.
I said mixer.
So somebody said mixer. So let's move on to a mixer. So these mix great with spirits, like clear spirits, but there's a lot of great non-alcoholic spirits out there. There's a great non-alcoholic tequila out there.
Thank you.
And this makes an amazing margarita.
Oh my gosh.
This is my jalapeno mango.
It smells
very
so
nice.
spicy. Is it spicy?
Oh, it
It's-
does.
I'm scared.
It's Northwest spicy.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's the
is that
smell
not
is very
spicy? What is
healthy.
Northwest spicy?
It's a 1-star.
Okay.
It's a 1-star.
Ooh, I love.
Oh.
I can taste the jalapeno though.
Yeah. And the
And
mango.
ginger?
Delicious.
Mango.
Ginger in this one too?
Mango,
No,
mango.
just mango.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
think a Northwest spicy is like a 3 for me.
We're going back to the pixie punch.
going
Wash
back
wash
to the
that down.
raspberry.
I
Wash
just
that
keep
down.
liking them more and more.
I mean, I feel like I'm so excited. There are so many different, options for kombucha out
Right.
there. What do you think really makes Culture Shock stand out?
You know, what makes us unique, we do traditional flavors like blueberry, ginger, raspberry, lime, and then we do savory ones, jalapeno mango,
Yeah.
smoked pomegranate turmeric. We have a brand new one. This is a brand new one. This is our Crimson Mermaid. This is a caffeine-free hibiscus.
Ooh.
Nice. So
I'd
is
love to
that
try that.
sweet or savory then?
You know, I would call this savory.
Yeah?
But I wouldn't necessarily call anything I do sweet. I'm sweet enough, so.
Aw, that's
Of
very
course.
nice. All right, let's see here.
What about like caffeine content here? Because there is a little bit of caffeine in
Yep.
tea. Is
Yep.
there a cutoff time you should stop drinking kombucha, or when do you recommend it?
You know, if you want the best gut health, people drink kombucha for probiotics and for gut health. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach, maybe with a little ripe banana to get everything going right away. But there's no wrong time to drink kombucha.
Okay, so I can drink it at night and not worry like I'm going to stay up all night.
If you're sensitive to caffeine, drink the caffeine-free one before bed. Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Hot
wow.
tips. This is really good too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
this. This might be my second favorite.
I feel like it's just really important to point out whether. So I drink a lot of Diet Pepsi, but I try to. This is a great option,
Yeah.
especially now that it's in a can because it gives you the whole vibe and
Yep.
it tastes
Yeah.
delicious.
Well, and that's, there's all these great health benefits behind kombucha, and I just tell people it's a great low-calorie soda alternative.
Yeah,
That's just an easy way to
wonderful.
think about it.
Wow. All right. Do we have one more we're trying?
Sure. You got time for one more?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one
All
more.
right.
Your choice.
Your choice. Well, let's do the ginger because
Okay.
That's a classic flavor that everyone seems to get behind.
Yeah, and Siren Song, what a name.
Siren's Song, yes. I love this name.
How did you come up with these names?
You know, it took a lot of R&D, took a lot of time. But, cheers, thank you.
Love it.
Let's see.
So talking about mixer, a little squeeze of lime and a shot of vodka in there.
That is so good.
Wow.
And I usually stay away from ginger kombuchas when I see them because I think, oh, it's just going to be like so strong or so intense. But this reminds me of a delicious ginger beer.
Yep, exactly.
I would totally order this.
Exactly.
This is amazing. So real quick, where can people find Culture Shock?
We sell online. We're in many retail stores up and down the Puget Sound area from Tacoma to Edmonds and rapidly growing.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Thomas, thank you so much.
Thank you so
love your kombucha. This has been like the best little tasting. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
More information on Culture Shock Brew up on fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
And coming up on Studio 13 Live, parents, your kids could meet one of their favorite TV characters from Gabby's Dollhouse at the Washington State Fair. We're going to tell you how and when.
And up next, we're sitting down with Converge Media's Besa Gordon. What businesses you can spot in her new episode of Back to Besa.
Don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sun shining through the clouds. I'm gonna make.
From the Beyonce concert to pickleball tournaments and amazing restaurants, we're getting a preview of the new episode of Back to Besa.
That's right. And for that, we are joined by the queen of pop culture herself, Converge Media host, Besa Gordon. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Good to see you, friend.
It's been a minute.
It has. It's good to have you.
actually.
Yes.
A lot has happened, too. Beyonce was in town last week for the Renaissance World Tour. You had a chance to actually go check out and chat with some of the fans there. I'm sure it was so loud. Did they pass the mute challenge?
Jesus Christ.
TikTok says something about that.
We need to talk. And here's the thing. You know, when it comes to our sporting events, we are known for always being really loud. So when I was asking questions like, hey, do you guys think we're going to pass the mute challenge? Are we going to pass the mute challenge? And for those of you that don't know, Beyonce has a song, I want to say it's called Energy. And then she says, you know, everybody's on mute. And then the whole stadium is supposed to mute. And it's about like 3-4 seconds. We muted for about 2.
Oh,
If you watch the videos back, you can see how it was absolutely silent for about 2 seconds, and then everyone just starts roaring, and people are just like, we were almost there. We almost made it. But the outfits were on point, so it's like we didn't pass the mute challenge, but we passed the vibe check. Okay, Beyonce said wear silver. You guys came out in silver, if not in like B fashion, and you know I was in lime green, so I wasn't in formation, but that's okay.
was the energy like so good there?
It was good. Everybody just wanted to have a good time. I think that's what's so important about concerts. Like, it's a way for you to get out the house, forget about whatever drama that you may have going on, and really just vibe out to your favorite artist.
My one complaint. Here it is. She waited too long to tell people to wear silver. I feel like some people already had their plans. Now, the fans that did it right. But, you know, if you decided to wear something different earlier on, it probably felt like a letdown that you couldn't wear your outfit.
But see, for me, I kind of like to stand out. So it's like, although I was super happy and a little bummed out that although I was there, I wasn't wearing silver, I had on like this bright lime dream jacket to where if I'm in a sea of silver, it's like, oh, Besa's right there. You know what I mean? I like to be a bit of a rebel.
I like that. Yes. Now, okay, so the city of Seattle also hosted the Pickleball for All tournament in Belltown. How did you do? Did you get out there?
I did. Let me tell you, I didn't think I would do well. I actually was worried I'd get hit in the head with one of those pickleballs, but I did it. I actually did really good, surprisingly. And shout out to Frank. Not only did he, you know, teach me the rules, but he actually taught me how to play. And pickleball's not so bad. I mean, like, by the time I finally really got the hang of it, I had to, like, get off the court and let everybody else do their thing. But it's okay. I had, like, a freaking blast. I think that pickleball is one of those things that it's different for me, but I really enjoyed it. And that's what I really love about this whole, you know, city of Seattle working to activate downtown Seattle thing. Like, they're putting together these different sporting events and just different things within the Seattle area that, you know, personally I wouldn't typically do, but I'm going and I'm doing them. Like, I sucked at basketball. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, I shot a ball and it went in the street, and thankfully somebody went and grabbed it for me. But it's getting me out of my comfort zone and getting other people out of their comfort zone. zone while meeting different people in the community because, you know, I live on South Lake Union, so I just walked up the hill there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I like pickleball because it's like slow motion tennis. You know what I mean? The ball goes a lot slower, the court's a lot smaller. I've got my little pickleball set. We should play
Love
sometime.
it.
We should.
I love
Now,
it.
what I will say real quick, though, is that the mayor of Seattle was there, and he did way better than I did.
Oh.
He actually kind of killed it.
Okay. Nice. He can do a little flex there. Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about this. So I know a Rainier Valley business, it closed its door after 77 years. Can you tell us a little bit about the Mutual Fish Company and kind of about the impact that it had on the community too?
You know, that's like another sad one. Growing up in Seattle, one thing that I just literally cannot ignore is the fact that we're losing a lot of our staple businesses, especially after COVID. You know, a lot of businesses have truly had a hard time recovering after COVID, and you know, everybody always has their other reasons for why they're closing, but we actually teamed up with Cynthia Brothers of Vanishing Seattle to tell this story because Mutual Fish has been around for 77 years serving our community, you know, giving people their seafoods at amazing prices, and just also it's family owned, so you feel like you're going to your aunt's or your uncle's house to literally get your seafood. Like, I would drive by there all the time when I used to live in Columbia City, just like it's for me, it's like a landmark, if you will.
Right,
like it's been there since before I was even born. So the vibe that was actually there that day wasn't just people going to buy seafood. It was them actually coming to say goodbye to people that they actually felt were part of their family. You know, there's people that worked there for like 20 years. So, you know, there were tears. There were people bringing up like photos from when they would go in there with family. One lady actually FaceTimed her mom or aunt and was like, hey, you know, I want for you to be able to say goodbye. And so, you know, it's so unfortunate that we're losing all of these staples within our community that really, you know, kind of shaped my childhood and like what it visually looked like to live in Seattle.
Oh, that is beautiful. And yeah, so important to say goodbye to the things that were a part of your life, certainly. You know, we were just talking about a moment ago, you playing pickleball, and I'm thinking one of the things I really love about Besa is that she is not afraid to get out of that comfort zone. That is super difficult. And I know you also visited this cool place called Spoon-Fed Training in Renton. What is all that about?
So first and foremost, my birthday is in November on the 10th, in case somebody wants to get me something early.
Okay.
All right.
We'll write it down.
Nation. But, I have been stalking a personal trainer by the name of Adaze, and she happens to work out over at Spoon-Fed, which is a locally Black-owned fitness spot in Renton. So we met up there to do some fall workouts because, you know, everyone's always like, oh, you know, it's getting cold outside, I need to work out, you know, I have to go to the gym. But she showed me so many workouts that you don't even have to do at the gym. You know, you're able to do them at home, you're able to do them at the park, you're able to do them in your hotel room if you're on vacation. I woke up the next day, my abs were hurting. If I coughed, I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. So to not even actually use any real machines and really just work out with my own personal body mass, I had an amazing workout. So I really can't wait for you guys to see those workouts so that way you can try something new, but also really keep moving, because if there's one thing that she really said is like, the earth is like our gym. You don't have to go to the gym to get this big workout. You can literally do this at home.
Especially in Seattle with all these hills, right?
Yeah.
Western Washington in general.
One time, you'll be okay.
Yeah. I heard you also went to brunch, tasted the brunch special at, is it Métier?
Métier.
Brewing Company on Cherry Street. Walk us through it. When they whip you up?
Child, I am thinking about the food right now. It was so good. Shout out to Chef Harold. He is a mad scientist in that kitchen.
That looks so good.
Like, he put so much care into that food, and you can taste it. So right on the top, it's a chicken thigh, right? So I rip it apart, and juices just start flowing from it. Like, I've had a lot of fried chicken in my life, not even gonna hold you. Never had it like that. I've never had it that good. I've never had it that juicy.
Wow.
They only do this on Sundays, and it's only until the chicken runs out. So you definitely want to pull up to Métier for that.
Get in line for sure. All right, and in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, you also got to highlight Color Studio. So tell us about the work they do.
Dude, So, okay, I finally got to go to Color Studios. It's located over in Pioneer Square, and this spot is so much more than just a co-working space. They have a podcasting studio in there. You can record music videos in there. You can have events. They have a rooftop. They have, you know, the co-working spaces. They have office. It's 3 floors, and they're literally taking away all the barriers to actually being able to be within media. And podcasting is very expensive. So, you know, I told Armando, I was like, this is amazing that you guys are doing this, because you're taking away the what kind of mic do I need? What kind of, you know, equipment do I need? You just go in there and you're able to get your podcast going or music video done, because they're also a production company.
Beautiful, Besa. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you can catch Back to Besa on Fox 13 at a very special time this Saturday, okay? It is 11:30 p.m. following the college football and the news.
Still ahead, we are learning how to make delicious Italian dishes with Corello.
But first, an exciting collaboration between Nintendo and the Seattle Aquarium, how the two are bringing Animal Crossing to life this fall.
I wanna see you smile, take you another.
It's a critter crossover. Did you know I was going to start it that way?
Oh, boy.
The Seattle Aquarium and Nintendo are teaming up to bring the Animal Crossing game to life. So it doubles as a unique learning experience. And the idea is to dive into the aquarium's conservation mission while also coming face to face with marine animals. There will be Animal Crossing photo ops throughout the aquarium and even a bingo scavenger hunt. Members can get early admission on October 7th and 8th, and it is open to the public starting October 9th. It's also going to run through the end of the year. Good chance, you know, if you haven't been to the aquarium in a while, good chance to go check it out.
Yes, and during the break earlier in the show, we were chatting with Jody about what a big deal this is actually. So very excited for people to be able to check this out. And hey, if you love the movie Haunted Mansion, you could probably own your own now, apparently. An historic mansion in Massachusetts is up for sale, but there's a reason why it's so dirt cheap. Can you guess?
No.
It's haunted, okay? Maybe. It used to be a funeral home, and although the beautiful, that's for you, Carly, the beautiful home can speak for itself, the realtor decided to lean into its reputation, and instead of hanging up traditional for sale signs, they put up a sign that says probably haunted. So far, the realtor says this unique selling strategy is working, and the 3-bedroom, 5-bathroom house has multiple offers. None from Carly, I think.
Okay, as someone who is sensitive to smell, I cannot imagine it's going to have no smell in this house with the chemicals for embalming and other sorts of things that happen in there. Do you think this is something that would have to be disclosed to the buyers?
I wonder. That is a good question. I think only other things have to be disclosed to the buyer, but I feel like people in that community probably know the deal. I knew a family that lived on top of their funerary home business thing, and it was interesting to say the least.
No. That is I want to own real estate. I would not want to own that real estate. Oh my gosh. Okay, switching gears. The U.S. Senate made headlines recently for its dressed down look, but it isn't the only workplace that is getting rid of its dress code. So a new survey from Gallup shows that most U.S. workers dress casually for their jobs. Only 3% say professional wear is the norm. More than a quarter of people say that they wear street clothes to the office, you know, jeans, t-shirts, leggings, all that comfy stuff. Typically, women choose the casual trend over men. Some people say that the pandemic helped usher in the casual attire. I would say that's absolutely what happened.
Yes, that is what happened. I don't love it, though.
Really?
I don't love it. Look, I totally get that people want to dress more casually, but I think that fully removing all dress codes is like a little weird to me. Like, I'll tell you, like seeing our lawmakers, you know, bopping around in flip-flops while they're creating laws didn't sit right with me.
See, I feel like if you are going to work, you're putting in the work. I don't care what you look like. So many of us, even when people, I mean, our job's a little different, but a lot of people, they go to work, they just sit at a computer anyway. Why not be as comfortable as you can be? And that way you're not getting distracted by the way that, you know, your clothes are feeling or fitting, or, you know, like dressing up is pretty uncomfortable.
It can be. It can be, for sure. I will will say that I think that dress codes need to be loosened up a little bit, but I'm not anti-dress code for sure.
Okay.
All right. All right. Hey, you probably heard about wedding crashers, but what about catwalk crashers? YouTuber Fred Bayer was seen walking down the runway at New York Fashion Week in, well, a garbage bag and a shower cap. Yeah. So I don't know how he got that far, but he managed to sneak in through a curtain, made his fashion debut. Some people in the crowd even clapping, so that was pretty strange, until security realized that he was not a model and rushed him off the runway.
He does look like a model, to be fair. I see why it took him a minute and he got as far down as he did. I hate that, though. That is so rude. That is like someone's presentation and them showing you, look at all this amazing work and this creative juices that I put into everything that I did here. Like, check this out. And then you're just ruining it for them. I think that's so rude.
Yeah, not the vibe.
Don't love it. If a loved one in your life thinks that you spend too much money on reusable cups, listen to this one. Top fashion brands are now selling reusable water bottles, tumblers, and coffee cups. That includes Louis Vuitton, Tiffany's, Balenciaga. For a Versace cup, you're just going to need to fork over $1,100 first. Or if you're looking for something a little more affordable, you can snag a Dior water bottle for $900.
Oh my. Look, your girl loves a little bit of fashion there, but that's ridiculous.
See, I'm opposite. I don't buy
Really?
designer, but I would totally buy a reusable water bottle or cup that was designer because I feel like I would get use out of it. I'd be using it all day, every day. You've seen me with my emotional support water bottles. I'm just constantly.
That is true.
Constantly at it.
I'm the purse girl, you're the water bottle girl. That's
and
all
you know
right.
what? If you don't want to spend the money, maybe just buy a sticker and put it on there and people won't know the
That's
difference.
fine.
Get a little decal, right? All right, if your kids love the animated TV series Gabby's Dollhouse, you can grab your Paws Ports.
Very good.
There's a
Very
pun
nice.
there. And head to the Washington State Fair this weekend. DreamWorks Animation is bringing the Gabby on the Go tour to Sillyville. I've been there. September 22nd through September 24th.
Oh, and fans can meet Gabby and take photos with her as they make their way through 5 stops that are filled with some hands-on activities, collecting their Pawsport stamps. Plus, you can play with the new Gabby toys and even have a chance to win some at-home prizes. Very cool. And we have a special surprise right now making her way to the studio. It's Gabby. Gabby's in the building.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Gabby.
Wow. Hello.
Look at that cute headband. Can we take a selfie together?
Oh, hold on. I have to bring out Gabby's biggest fan. Okay, Logan is here. My son Logan, come here,
guest.
Come here. Oh,
Look
such
at
a sweet
this.
boy. You're so excited. Can you say hi to Gabby?
Hi, Gabby.
Oh, so sweet. Oh, he loves all the kitties and Gabby too, huh?
Do you love Gabby? Do you watch Gabby?
Oh,
Let's take a picture
quick
together, guys.
picture. I know, you're being
All of us.
silly.
Ready?
Ready? Smile. Oh, very good. Okay, go back to Papa. Go back to Papa. Can you go? Don't fall down. Don't fall down.
Oh, big step.
Very
Big step there.
good. Well, Gabby, on the go. Thank you, Gabby. We'll be at the fair tomorrow and Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Thank you so much, Gabby. This has been amazing. Yay! Hey, coming up on Studio 13 Live, we are cooking up some spicy oxtail pasta with Corello. How you can really spruce it up with some herbs.
And don't forget, if you missed anything from today's show, find it all on our website. Head to fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
Yay! Yay! It is time for Emerald Eats, where we highlight some amazing food in our area. And Corello blends Pacific Northwest and traditional Italian cuisine in their menu.
Yeah, today we're learning how to make a delicious pasta with owner Nathan Lockwood. Hi, good to have you.
Hi. Thank you.
I remember your food was phenomenal last time you were here, so I'm excited. But for anyone who didn't catch us last time, tell us about the restaurant and some of the popular dishes on the menu.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Corello's a seasonal restaurant. The menu is always changing. I'm doing something similar as to last time I was here, kind of presenting you with what we call a feast for the table.
Beautiful.
So if you come in and have the feast, these will be the first 5 or 6 dishes that arrive for sharing family style. And we're going to run you through all of them and then highlight the traditional tripe and oxtail pappardelle. This is our possibly signature dish. It's the only thing that never leaves the menu.
Pappardelle. That trips me up every time, but I know it tastes good.
That's the first time I've known how to pronounce it like that, to be honest.
Beautiful.
All right, so simple, rustic, hand-cut pappardelle. We're doing this one today with a little bit of saffron inside.
Ooh.
And pairing it with the spicy ragu. We also did a vegetarian version with pickled cherry tomatoes and some shaved fennel for you as well.
Beautiful. So
where
walk
should
us
we
through.
begin? Okay. So starting with the pappardelle, we make the fresh pasta. We cut it every day. We went ahead and cooked this one just a minute ago for you.
Beautiful.
Tossed it with the spicy tripe and oxtail ragu. We finished it with a little bit of butter and olive oil. And then we're going to add to it some flour and parsley.
That is so pretty.
It is very
Just
nice.
makes it feel alive.
That's right. That's right. Cuts the spice a little bit.
And you get these ingredients locally, right?
Well, we get everything locally as much as we can. The parsley comes from the garden behind Corella right now.
Oh, that's very nice.
And we have a pretty incredible display at the moment, being fall in the Pacific Northwest, of local ingredients. We're gonna, which we're gonna highlight for you here. We're gonna finish the tripe and oxtail pasta with a little bit of anchovy breadcrumb.
Can I just sprinkle?
You can just sprinkle right on there.
All right, beautiful.
Well, twice as much.
I need more?
Yeah.
Double time.
Oh, double time.
Double
There
Dutch.
it is. All right. We're
right.
gonna grate some Parmesan and drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
We talked about me doing this, but I was afraid for my little fingies, you know?
Yeah. Well, the vegetarian one still needs it.
Oh, no. Carly,
do
do
it.
you want to
Okay.
try?
Bring it on. I'll do it.
Yeah.
So just, I've never.
Oh,
The other
careful.
side.
Be careful.
This end.
Wait, this end.
Yep.
Right there.
Okay. There we go.
There it is.
Okay.
It's looking better.
Nice.
Is that enough cheese?
That's perfect.
Never enough.
A little drizzle of olive oil.
Beautiful.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
pasta course is served.
Wow.
so good.
This
Little
looks
fork for you.
amazing. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank
All
ya.
right. Now, this sauce has a little bit of a kick to it as well. It's a ragu. So what kind of spices did you put in here?
Oh, so the tripe and oxtail ragu has pretty much all the chilies that we can find. It's a 2-day process of cooking it. Starts with a lot of dried peppers, arbol chilies, Fresno chilies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got a little, I can feel it.
It's
right
got
here.
a little warmth to it.
It's so good.
This is so good. I feel like I took a really messy bite here.
Same. But that's okay. That's how you know it's
tasting
delicious. So a bunch of chilies. It's so tasty, but I wouldn't say it's like too spicy or anything like that.
No, it's, the long kind of cooking. The chilies go into the meat at every step. And so when everything comes together, you get a really rounded heat to it.
That is beautiful.
You've
Okay.
got some other yummy
All right,
items
so,
on the table here.
Start running you through. We have last of the stone fruit season here. So this is our house-made burrata. We're working with peaches and nectarines. You have flowering cilantro, a little bit of marigold on there. So burrata is a hand-pulled mozzarella that's filled with mozzarella curds and a little bit of cream. So
How do
make
we
that
eat
every day.
this?
The burrata? Well,
Fork
just, well, a spoon would be ideal, but let's just cut
But you
it
got
open.
like the
Okay.
creepiest looking knife. What is
There
that
we go.
about?
It's like a pirate hook.
What is that? That looks amazing.
Yeah. What is that knife used for, by the way?
That's a bird's beak knife. It's for peeling the cherry tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Oh, very nice. Okay.
All these tools I've never heard of.
This is made by a local gentleman. You can find him at the Ballard Farmers Market. It's pretty incredible.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you've got to try
So
that.
good.
That
Can
is
I
so
hop in here?
good.
Just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the tomatoes for you.
Never enough olive oil, you know what I say.
Oh my gosh.
Get a little
Tasty?
peach here.
Blowing my mind. Everything so
So
far
a pretty
today.
classic combination of peaches and burrata, but it's when the stone fruit is spectacular, then the dish is spectacular. So,
I'm gonna miss that
Little
stone
window
fruit
here.
season.
Me too.
this one's pretty fun too. This is an unusual combination of heirloom tomatoes and plums.
And plum.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of spice in the plum sauce in the middle of the bowl.
Okay. Is this the right way to bite it?
Yep.
Okay, just get a little bit
You
of
nailed
little
it.
things.
Basil, shaved fennel.
I love it. I would never have. I see why you put the plum and cherries together, or tomatoes together, but I would never think to put that combination together.
It surprised me as well.
Oh my God,
This is the
so
second
good.
year we've done this same dish, so I think that means it's been
Beautiful.
pretty
It worked.
successful.
Yeah.
It worked.
And then these are really amazing melons from Annie at King's Garden. We wait every year for her melons to come in. I think she's the best melon grower in Washington State.
Beautiful.
And then we do the really simple dish of prosciutto and melon.
Which is a favorite of mine, but I'll tell you, when I try to make this at home, it never looks this pretty. Okay.
What about this bread here?
Oh, the bread at Corella, we make the bread in-house every day. We make 2 breads. We have our focaccia and our sourdough. They're both naturally leavened breads. We do offer them for sale, just like you're seeing them right now, in bulk in the restaurant.
I don't think we had the shot up, but Carly ripped that bread like she's the strongest woman I've ever seen
I'll
in
do
my
it
life.
again if you want.
What do you think?
So fresh. How is that melon?
It's really good. And then the prosciutto gives it that little saltiness that is so delicious.
Yeah,
Watch
the
me
melons
rip.
are really incredible.
Here we go.
There you go.
Do it.
Look at that.
You did it.
Yeah.
So
Makes you feel strong and
strong.
powerful.
Oh, that's beautiful. Talk to me. Not only is your food delicious, but it is just so beautiful to look at, too. Talk to me about what you feel when you're able to feed people these beautiful dishes.
Well, that's why we do it. Yeah, it's really fun. It's this is how we present the food at the restaurant on the table, and we get a reaction similar to what we're getting right now. And that's why we do it every day.
Was there like a first dish or a turning point for you where you're like, I made this and everyone was asking me to make it again, or like, I am really good at this, where you're like, I should take this seriously and really pursue a career?
You know, that goes back a long, almost 30 years, so that's kind of a hard question to answer. But I think this is a great example of a dish that I put together and loved in San Francisco 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it took me about 10 or 15 years to really get the public to embrace it and order it and enjoy it. And people in Seattle have really been a fan of this pappardelle, and I really appreciate that about Seattle.
All right, before we go though, spill one secret. What is the secret to not making your pasta all chewy like mine always is?
Well, making the pasta fresh. We can come back and do it from start to finish, and I'll show you all of the tricks.
I love it. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. We have posted more info on Corella on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.
And don't forget, if you have a restaurant or bar that is going to blow our minds like today, definitely let us know to feature it on the show. Send us an email, studio13live@fox.com. I don't even know how to pick my favorite thing from here today.
I know, it's all good.
It's just all so good.
Picking from the table, that's the way to do it, right?
That's the way.
Probably the burrata.
So good. Thank you so much, everybody.
Have a good one.
Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait.